Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another video, and this time we're back in the classroom. We're back in the classroom for a bit of a guide, a bit of a walkthrough on how you can be one of the greatest creators in the space. And this is something that I feel the need to do after MrPokke has shown me some new strategies when it comes to gacha wars and when it comes to, well, feuds between content creators. And that is what we're going to focus on. The learnings that I've had from MrPokke, the learnings that I've had from the past couple of days, because he's shown new tactics, new tools on how to win a gacha war that many would consider to be heinous, many would consider them to be immoral, but it's something that's becoming a lot more common in the space. So why don't we go ahead, why don't we just jump into this guide and start breaking down the story so far, who you need to be as a content creator to succeed in the way that MrPokke has, so that you too can have a career that looks exactly like this, where you're reacting to a new character trailer and you only pull 2.2k views even after all the work that you've done and all the farming that you have. Because clearly, right, I'm the biggest draw on his channel. Content around me is the best views that he's gotten. I'm more popular than HSR 4.0. I'm more popular than HSR 4.0. And that's the truth about the matter. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's talk about the MrPokke Experience. How to win a gacha war. A lot of people are in my chat already, right? And they're going to be asking this question. The big ol' address me. So let's address it, right? Let's first state what needs to be addressed. MrPokke, this morning, today, copyright struck a 1 hour, 22-minute react to his 22-minute video. That is a fact. That is something that happened. Here's the proof of it. Sorry, I overestimated how much time was in there. Sorry, it's actually only 20 minutes and 41 seconds. And my react was 1 hour and 22 minutes and 13 seconds. So that's something that has occurred. And just for some additional context, we won't be talking about this one too much, but I will be reaching out to a lawyer. Some fun facts when it comes to copyright strikes, and, you know, something that I feel like everyone should be aware of when it comes to filing these, is this. There are some penalties when it comes to malicious use of its copyright tools, right? There are some penalties. And, sorry, that's the wrong song. Like I was saying before, they've got some sanctions available. Some of them include account termination, repeated or severe abuse of the copyright removal process, such as filing fraudulent takedown notices, can result in the permanent termination of the abuser's YouTube channel and account. Just something to think about over there. Obviously, I said I'm still talking to a lawyer. They could have the loss of tools as well. Might even have their ability, right, for things like content ID, which they might be using to copyright the tools or to copyright the videos. They might not have access to that either. And third, feature restrictions, temporary suspensions, reduced reach, you know, kicked out of the algo, stuff like that. Though, I don't think getting kicked out of the algo is going to be something that bothers MrPokke very much, especially considering the views on his most recent video. So, yeah, maybe that's already occurred and he's already facing some of the penalties, but I guess that also means he doesn't care about the penalties because they wouldn't matter in the first place, right? So that's, right, it's not like if he gets that, it's not going to do anything to him because he's already so it is what it is, right? Now, moving forward, let's see what we got over here. Address me. He and his community will insist that I react to his 1 hour misinformation-fueled hit piece. You can see people in the chat right now already doing that. Let me pull them up. I'm currently getting brigaded by MrPokke's viewers, and they're all spamming this take. Address the video. Watch the video, right? That's all stuff that's occurring, right? Why do you think they're doing that? Why are they telling me to react to this video where I'm being called a... You see it right there. This is what it says. Unfortunate, right? It's like a guide, right? This is my kit. I've got that part of my kit. I've got that part of my kit. I've got that part of my kit. Just look what's going on, man, right? This is a guide about me. And those are all of the elements, all my abilities. And there are just some additional comments, right? You can see that it's getting spammed across his community. They're all spamming to watch it. But I just got struck for watching one of his videos before. Oh, wait, here's another one. Here's another one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Mods, allow that one. Mods, allow that one. No! He called me a... He literally was calling me... He used a racist insult. Why'd you delete that one? That was a Pokke chatter. Anyways, we just got another comment from a Pokke chatter. He hurled a racist insult at me while also telling me to watch the video. So that's something that literally happened. We have it in our mod logs. I can provide the proof later. It's just... It's just appropriate timing, right? So, obviously, they're all spamming me to watch the video. MrPokke even made this the title of his stream. He made this the thumbnail of his stream. And obviously, it's a bunch of his chatters. They're all banned, asking me to watch the video. So, there's even more proof, right? And you can see that they're all typing some pretty crazy shit in here as well. So, that's all there. So, why is Pokke, and why are all of his chatters, why is his entire community trying to get me to watch his vid? Here are just some of his comments, right? Obviously, trying to rage bait me more and more to watch the video. It's bait. It's bait because of one thing. Pokke knows that if I get 3 community strikes, my channel's gone. Why is he asking me to react to all my videos? Or why is he asking me to react to all of his videos? He was trying to get all 3 of them at once. He's this desperate to take down my channel. He wanted to get all 3 strikes at once. That was his plan. That is why his community has been spamming this the entire time. It's so obvious. And so with that in mind, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of dedication. You're really corralling your entire community to, like, get this to happen, right? Unfortunately, though, I didn't react. So why is Pokke going so far? He can't take down my channel, right? He doesn't want his allegations of editor abuse publicized. It's that simple. Because he never went this far until I made this video. He never went this far until I made this video. Striking? Trying to strike 3 videos at once, instantly take my channel down? Why would he do that? And why is it so clear that that's the trap that he was laying now that I've gotten the strike this morning? Well, well, well. That's a lot, right? He's clearly trying to get people to never watch this video. He wants my channel taken down so this video disappears from the internet. And that desperation, guys, it's really clear. So, what's going to end up happening instead? After this video, MrPokke, and after the fact that people found out you tried to maliciously take down my entire channel because of this video, what do you think people are going to do now? The Streisand Effect. The Streisand Effect describes a situation where an attempt to hide, remove, or censor information results in the unintended consequence of the effort instead of increasing public awareness of the information. And what that means? More people are going to want to watch it because now people want to find out why you tried to take down my channel. What is so bad in this video? What is so bad in these allegations that you're trying to take down my entire channel? Because how else are you supposed to read you striking me for reacting to your video this morning, and then your entire community begging me to react to all of your videos? How else do you read that? I'll let the viewer decide. I think it's kind of obvious, though. So yeah, that's just some of the context heading into this situation. That is me addressing the elephant, and hopefully, I've done a pretty good job of it. Now let's go ahead and move on and talk about MrPokke. Because of course, right, I'm in a bit of a pickle right now. I can't react to his videos. I can't react to his streams. I can't react to a lot of stuff, or he's going to try to copyright strike me again. So what am I going to do with that in mind? Well, modern problems, ladies and gentlemen. Modern problems require modern solutions. So that is why we have a PowerPoint available for you today as we walk through the journey that MrPokke has taken to be where he is today. A streamer with 194K subscribers that gets 2.2K views on HSR 4.0 trailer reacts. What did he do to end up here? And how can you, as a content creator, or soon to be aspiring one, right? How can you get results like this? So let's find out. Let's detail the journey. And of course, we won't be reacting to any videos. I got glue and transcripts though. But that's all I need. That's all I need, Pokke. And after this, I think it's safe to say, check. And then the response after that, we'll say mate. Let's talk a little bit about the challenger, MrPokke. Let's talk a little bit about him. So, this was MrPokke beginning his career, right? You'll see this game over here. It's called Hawkeye Star Rail. And you can see that it was very, very, very popular around the time that MrPokke started his career. You can see big uptick in views, huge amount of viewers. He still struggled to grow, though, despite the overwhelming popularity. of HSR. You can just go ahead and see over here. Bro started in July 2023, where it's obviously booming, and like he was getting like 119 views, right? It is what it is, right? I'm not here to view shame somebody early on in their career. I'm just talking about the journey that he made, right? A lot of people are going to have this problem. Now, though, one thing that occurred was he established a relationship with good old Tectone. You might be very familiar with the relationship that these two had across their career, and it is safe to say that without Tectone, MrPokke would be a 700 viewer Andy. Probably at his max peak. Oh, wait, that's like where he is. That's where he was until he started covering me. He was a 700 viewer Andy. So Tectone left the space, and he went all the way back down to where he naturally should be, right? And then he started farming me again, and now he's... You get what I'm talking about, right? It's kind of like it's very expected what you've seen happen to him. So he established that relationship with Tectone, and of course, received those constant raids from Tectone and Tectone's adjacent community, because Tectone was friends with a lot of content creators, and they would end up sort of like raiding each other during those early days, right? Grow that community, right? An excellent way for him to establish his channel. But he was still hard stuck. Despite getting max viewers of 2.1K from all the raids, all of that, he got so much support. Bro was given every tool he needed for success. He's still hard stuck. Imagine getting raids from Tectone, getting raids from his entire community, but you still can't break 500 average. Just look at that max viewers of 2K. Imagine getting raided, going up to 2K, you still can't grow. Desperation has to set in. You're next to the big guy. You're next to the biggest dog in the space, Tectone, but you still can't grow. You don't want to be an orbiter forever. So what do? And here's just a proof of the obvious relationship that these guys had, right? I don't think we need any more of, like, evidence of that, right? Thank you, Tectone, right? That's just some proof. So, we just talked about the fact that MrPokke was hard stuck. This is where we get to our first tactic of how to be the ultimate gacha creator. The ultimate gacha creator. And this is tactic number 1, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be called Betrayal. Disregard the support you received from those larger creators. Just completely throw it out the fucking window because you already got yours. Who cares about that GamerSub sponsor that you got from Tectone? Who cares about the Mythic Talent reach out that you got to and the fact that Tectone allowed you to grow your CCV to where you qualified for Mythic, right? With all those raids and stuff. Fuck it all. Countless positive React videos. Professional career advice, and of course, that amazing Jing Yuan mains debacle that you had, MrPokke, right? You remember that one? Oof. Throw it all away. Leave it all behind. Who cares? Because why not just farm them instead? Why not farm the guys? Farm the people that allowed you to get to the spot where you can actually do some damage to them, right? Because farming, right? The goal over here is to increase your clout at the cost of theirs. That's what farming is for most of the time. So why not pay creators like Tectone back, who got you to where you were by doing exactly what you did in January of 2025? Because you remained neutral during the Atsu drama. You did. Everyone knows that you did. Your big thing was being Mr. Neutral. And you used that neutrality to farm both sides. You said, fuck Tectone, bro. I don't care about everything he did. I see an opportunity to be neutral and farm everybody, bro. And that's what you did, right? Instead of just supporting the guy who had your back from the start. That's why everyone thinks you're a snake. To this day. And that's a big reason for why, MrPokke, your videos just don't have the reach that they used to. Because I don't think a lot of people, when they go onto a CC's channel for a game, they expect to see a human, not a reptilian. Oh, this is just some proof for you. Because of course, I always bring the proof. There you go. Now, let's move on to our next one. Tactic 1. We're still on Tactic 1. There's more to the betrayal here. Weaponize your new community to stab your friend in the back. Begin streaming and making Genshin content immediately following the Atsu drama. Guess what day it is? February 2026. What was 1 year ago? Right after or during the Atsu drama. And so, you naturally understand that the Genshin fan base is in ruins following the release of 2 of their biggest content creators, right? And so you got to go ahead and capture Enviosity and Atsu's old viewers after they got cooked, brother. That's what you got to do, right? So you start spamming Genshin content immediately after the drama. Okay, man. Makes a lot of sense, right? A slight correction over here when it comes to the timeline. MrPokke did his Genshin content about an hour. Or, sorry, about a year after the drama. Really honing in on some of the Gacha tribalism elements and obviously, right, recognizing the gap left in the space. What is in Enviasi and Natsu's old viewers? Genshin Impact players, right? Understand, though, that they all hate Tectone. That's how it works. That's a result of the drama. It was basically Genshin versus Genshin. Tectone's haters versus Tectone's enjoyers. Knowing that and knowing the community you've built, you just let everyone call Tectone, the guy that made you, tone for free. You just let them do all of that for free. This is a photo of your comments section. You hearting a comment directly below one calling him tone. Just letting you know the type of person you are. Because these are the excuses MrPokke has used in the past. Are you ready? Be seen actively hearting comments right next to those, right? That's proof. It's right there. But you said things like, I can't control my community, bro. Even though I intentionally built a community of Genshin Impact players. I can't moderate my comments, bro, right? It's too much work, right? There's just too many people that hate you, bro. But what if you just did this, MrPokke? You just added the word tone to your blocked words filter. Which every CC can do very easily. It takes like 2 seconds to do this. Why didn't you just do that? He could control it the whole time, but he intentionally chose not to. He could have stopped it with literally 5 key clicks. Just put the word RA, you know what I'm talking, just put it in there and he could stop it. But he decided, no, it takes too much of my time to just open up my community moderation filter and put this in. That's the truth of the matter. This means that Pokke didn't give a fuck. He didn't even try, attempt to protect Tectone from those allegations in his comment section. That's proof. That's the type of person MrPokke is. You will be given your career by somebody, and then you will do this to them. Because you got to farm, right? Again, I said, guys, this was all to farm the Genshin viewers. Because, of course, the Genshin viewers that hate tech, what do you think they wanted to spam on Pokke's Genshin videos or Pokke's content? What did you think they were going to spam, huh? Could have stopped it all. This was the reason why you two fell out. Because Tectone told you to moderate your comment section and stop having your community accuse him of a crime. You could have done that so easily with 0 effort, but you chose not to. And that's the truth. And there's the proof. And so here's a bonus hypocrisy round. I've been accused of allowing Jenna to be called a PDF. This is what my blocked words filter has looked like since last year, April. That's what my blocked words filter says. So I'll do this for Jenna, the guy that I have a feud with, that I obviously don't like very much. I'll do this for him, but Pokke can't do this for Tectone. But he couldn't do it for Tectone this entire fucking time. I'll do it for Jenna, but he won't do it for Tech. And we all know the history. We all know how much Tech did for him. What a rat. Oh, wow. Mr. Backstabber. I don't know what else you could think of him other than Mr. Backstabber after seeing this. So, of course, right? Pokke's accusing me, or Pokke's community's accusing me of doing things, obviously, that Pokke's doing. It's all projection, ladies and gentlemen. They know their Oshi. They know their streamer's an awful person. And that's why he cultivates a community of awful people that say awful things. Now, when does Tactic 1 fail, though? Get caught lying about your friend after your repeated betrayals and try to paint him as a hypocrite. Lie about his C6 Arlecchino. Remember, this is all Tectone still. Double down anyways. As do I. The C6 Arlecchino is a poor example and I apologize. I should have used C6 Cantarella instead, even though the point is exactly the same. No one should be morally held for point. You can kind of see, right? He just doesn't care. He's like, I'm always right because I'm MrPokke. When he's like so wrong and so dumb, it's unbelievable. And of course, crash out on the CC that exposed you. That's the important part. You can't forget that. Tecto found out all of this stuff because of me. Because I reacted to it and I was like, wait, what the f*** is this guy say? That's not what happened. Why is this dude just lying about tech? And so he crashed out on me. Of course, right? Because what does Pokke do? What does Pokke do, What does Pokke do, guys, when it's demonstrably proven? What does he do? Right? We have proof that Pokke loves shooting the messenger. Pokke just loves shooting the messenger. He's gotten mad at me, the guy that simply whistleblows on his awful behavior. And now he struck me. Because I dare to call out the awful things he does in the space. He is genuinely the most awful person I've seen in the gacha space. And you should probably recognize that too after seeing how he treats his friends. But that's what Pokke does. He does bad things. And if you talk about it, he takes action. And clearly, malicious action to hide that wrongdoing. That's the proof, right? That's now the narrative that is going to get constructed because he struck me. That's what he does. He crashes out on the people that report his awful behavior. It's a fact. And that's all the evidence. Now, let's go ahead and move on to tactic number 2 that MrPokke has. Shilling and Gacha Tribalism. So, establish a reputation as a pro-corpa clown to appease your new audience of Hoyoverse bootlickers. Right? Because we went ahead, we farmed that drama, we now got some Gacha players up in here, right? Y'all remember this one? HSR is a power creep problem only if you allow it to happen, either by greed or stupidity. Now let's go ahead and keep looking. How did this story develop, right? We know that this was a tweet that shaked the gacha space because we couldn't all believe how absolutely retarded this guy was. Let's go ahead and see how it shook the space. Weaponize your friendships with other creators. You already have practice from the Atsu drama, remember? You already have practice with that. Get easy dunks in debates, if you want to call them that. I don't think anyone thought that these were debates. This was more like your friends just trying to figure out what the f*** is wrong with you. That was more so the nature of these calls. They're all just like, how did he get here and why is he thinking like this? And that's the gist I think everyone in the community got from these conversations. That's why everyone was pissed off by them. But when does Tactic 2 fail, though? Develop a massive ego from your wins over your friends, right? Where they're just in good nature trying to figure out why you said something so fucking stupid, right? But you call that a win. Because they didn't go hard on you because they're your friend. Then, challenge a CC who quit HSR in July 2024 to a debate about power creep and get completely ruined. You got ruined so hard in this debate by somebody who hadn't touched the game in 6 months. I don't think you got that credibility back. And I think you still don't have that credibility. Because I'm pretty sure if I reacted to this trailer, MrPokke, I would get more views than you. That is how unseriously you are taken in the Honkai Star Rail space following that conversation. We all remember the results of that call. MrPokke is now known as the biggest joker in the space that can't talk for shit, can't argue for shit, and can't reason for shit, and constantly thinks he's right, even though he's obviously wrong, right? What a way to start 2025. I'm gonna be so for real with you. My year would have been ruined if I was you, MrPokke, because that shit was absolutely embarrassing. Anyways, now we gotta go ahead. We gotta move forward, right? Tactic 2 is now over. We saw that it didn't work at all. Remember, we're talking about how you can be a creator like MrPokke. So, naturally, all of his tactics are gonna fail when this is what his channel looks like right now. Remember, like, they all didn't work. It's kind of like I'm spoiling the ending here. Because you already know what his channel looks like. Now, Tactic 3. This is gonna be a good one. Everyone likes this one. This is a good callback. We got Do Not Engage. And this one's going to be hilarious. This one's going to be really funny. Get ready for this. Attempt to take the moral high ground after your complete dismantling. Just try to say you're better than everyone else, even though you got cooked. Repeatedly state that the creator who destroyed you is insignificant. He's taking it upon himself to hold back other CCs that want to shit talk and start drawing with me, causing him a lot of shit in the background and nothing of which I'm aware of. Well, I'm thinking of trying to divert these CCs from coming at me. I don't see why I'm outstanding, but since we both know that these CCs are irrelevant, their existence is meaningless to me. Let them chase the latest drama slot with my name. Nothing will come close to the influence I share with tech since before I even quit my full-time job. If they want to farm some views because they need ammo for it, heck, they're already farming this as we speak because tech stopped holding them back. Yes, this is referring to people like Saint. No, I don't give a fuck about bro. Even if he made 100 vids about me, he'll be happy about the admin. I will never engage. Okay. Now let's see some of the other stuff. I got some timestamps here on the screen. Let's see examples of other follow-up tweets that Pokke has had. A grandstand about how much gacha drama and tribalism is beneath you. And remember, we got the dates over here, right? Take a look at these. Take a look at this shit. I was about to make another vid because the gacha tribalism retards are so dumb that it makes me pity them. The main cause of gacha tribalism, you spend more time hating on others instead of enjoying the game itself. And then on January 26th, after both of those tweets, guys, I think Zenless Zone Zero's combat is a lot better than Wuthering Waves'. And if this post pisses enough people off or has enough likes, I'll make a video explaining why. What's wrong with this guy? He can't even hold his conviction for 5 days. It was 5 days between these tweets. What kind of mental illness do you need to have? To just... Like, I don't even... This is why people think you're a joke. Why are you blaming me for reporting on your stupidity? You just say shit like this publicly, then get, like, super mad that I made a video on it. Have you just tried not being stupid? Have you just tried not being dumb? Then you won't get videos made on you. You get videos made on you because you're dumb. This is dumb. You look dumb. Dummy. Now, do not engage is still going, guys. It doesn't end. That's the thing. After disengaging, right? Because clearly that is disengaging. Sure, right? Brag about rage baiting. And talk about your analytics. Talk about your success. Talk about how much you got out of the rage baiting and the fucking bro's out here quick swapping his position on tribalism, right? Just, who cares? Like, what are you even doing? Nothing you do makes sense. You are like unknown, bro. You're like that Pokemon that looks like pixels. That's what you look like in the fucking Pokédex. You're just confusing as shit. Who does this? Now, when does Tactic 3 fail? It's when you gain selective amnesia and forget the fact that you literally started everything by making sub-goals to farm other creators. That's mine. That's one for EO. That's one for Legions. And then, of course, the parody for my video. And this is why Pokke. This is why, MrPokke. You also engage, too, after saying you're not going to engage. Then you give a fake apology after being cooked again. And so what happens after Tactic 3 fails this much? You become known in the space as A, and everyone knows the word. Get ready for it. And that's why your channel is in ruins. This is why your channel is in ruins. And you are trying to blame me instead of your own dog shit takes over the past year. You're trying to blame me. Brother, did you think you were cooking? Brother, did you actually think you were fucking cooking with your shit on Twitter yesterday? I was baiting you. I wanted you to get overconfident because I know you're one of the dumbest people in the space. I wanted you to get a huge ego. I wanted you to think you were ratioing me. I know you have more Twitter followers. I know all of that. I had all of this ready to go to completely ruin you. So now, you were on top of the world during your stream. You were on top of the world during the past couple of hours, but I had all of this. This is why, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm undefeated.
Now let's go ahead. Let's keep moving forward. What else we got over here? And remember, right, I adjusted my plan completely this morning because I got struck. I did all... Pokey, I made this entire presentation in like 2 hours. That is how little work I need to do to cook you. I made this... I found out I got struck this morning and made this PowerPoint in 2 hours. All the animations and shit, too. I hope you like it, buddy. Now, tactic number 4. This is where it's going to get juicy. False accusations, extortion, and copyright strikes. Clearly, right, the past tactics didn't work. We've got to go overboard now. We got to start finding new methodologies. Realize you have no chance in the arena. You are cooked. You have gotten cooked by me the past year in every single interaction. You know you can't play clean anymore. You have to play dirty. You know that. Everyone sees you have to play dirty. It's a fact. So falsely accuse the opposition of this in your thumbnails. Yep. Just make multiple thumbnails accusing your opposition of a crime. Because you can't win normally. Then admit fault to it live on stream. He admitted fault to it live on stream, that he's the reason why those thumbnails were made. Obviously, I can't play the clip. But what I can do, right? I already know Pokey will try to strike me for anything at this point, right? What I can do is play the transcript. Pokey admits fault for everything. Let's listen to it. Pokey admits fault to everything. Let's hear this.
It's my fault.
It's my fault. All right, the thumbnail was my fault. I take full... Oh, sorry. I got the transcript right here. Obviously, I don't want to play. I don't want to actually play his video because he's got all strike. He's all strike happy now, right? Let's hear this. It's my fault. All right, the thumbnail is my fault. I take full responsibility for the thumbnail, and we are going to change it. And guess what else he's done? That's where I come back in. So yes, this is MrPokke admitting fault. And unfortunately, I can't actually play the clip because this guy's already had a reputation for striking me. So there you go. I wish I could do more, but that's it. That's all I can do, right? These are the restrictions that have been put on me. But there's also the fact, MrPokke, I've got like the fucking training weights on like Rock Lee, and I'm still destroying you. You literally put training weights on me, and you're still getting fucking cooked. Do you realize that? You handcuffed two, like, my hands together, and you're still getting beat up. That's embarrassing. You copyright struck me, tried to put a gag order on me, and I'm still cooking you. You're going to be known as the guy, MrPokke, after this drama. You will be known as the creator who hurled false accusations. You threw false accusations, struck their channel, did all of this, and still lost. Do you realize that? You'll be known as the guy that pulled out every dirty trick in the book and still lost. And that's the most embarrassing thing I could imagine. Hope you're ready. Now, we got some more bonuses here. Make sure you actively extort the creator after the false accusation. Don't forget that one. As expected, looks like I will not be getting a public apology tonight. To give Saint the benefit of the doubt, every single day I do not get a public apology on his main channel, removing all videos about me, never mentioning again. I drop one file. Tomorrow we start with day 1. This basically, after you've seen that he's going to write this about me, this just reads like a threat he's going to send out more misinformation, right? Like, bro, you just accused me of being a criminal in thumbnails. Now you're threatening to do more. Everyone's going to assume you're going to, like, what's the next accusation, bro? Is it going to be, like, embezzling? Murder? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't even know what you're going to do because you're just making shit up. That's the point. You're just making shit up. And then you're threatening me with what? Your fucking imagination? Bro, I don't know how fucked up you are. I don't know where you're going to go. God damn. Anyways, that's obviously the context I got set up over here. Now let's take a look at this. Make sure you direct your community to watch your 1-hour video where you call me. Yeah. I see it right there. And you know what the crazy thing is? If you put the link of this video into Discord, the embed still shows this. I actually made this morning. I took a screen. I just type the URL of the video from YouTube into Discord, and it shows this. Because YouTube remembers your old thumbnails, you stupid retard. Like, just check this shit out, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Bro, it just, you put the video in, it just shows it. Like, it just shows it. Like, I'm telling you, it's still there. It's still there. It's true, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, every time somebody links this vid, I just get called one of these. Still to this day. I'm telling you, that's the impact this guy's still having. And remember, these are completely false allegations. Just, and even though we changed the thumbnails, that is what it shows up as. Now, of course, he also got his community to do a lot of brigading as well, both on Twitter, both in chat sections, all of that. Telling people, hey, Satan needs to react to this. Why isn't Satan reacting to it? Address me. Why do you think he's doing that? Oh, sorry. I don't even know why I showed this one. And that, again, right, is the other compilation that we had of all of the chatters that we've had. Pokey made this for me. What a cool guy. He made this for me. I didn't even have to make it. This just shows how many people Pokey was trying to convince to get me to react so he can maliciously strike all three of them at once. So yeah, right? This is where we're going to get into that. So after somebody reacts to it, right? File legal copyright strikes on their channel for reacting to your hit pieces against them. MrPokke makes hit pieces against me. I react to them to dispel the misinfo and I get struck. That's a fact. That's what happened. And again, just more proof. Because what is the art of Gacha War? It's a video that's a hit piece on me. And so I reacted to it for an hour and 22 minutes and, well, MrPokke just decided he wanted to weaponize everything he possibly could. He's already accused me of crimes. Remember, he did this after he falsely accused me of crimes. So you see now a trend. I've been falsely accused of this, and now I'm getting struck afterwards, and now his community spamming me to watch the video so that they can strike me more. That is, I don't know what other narrative you could see after he struck me. I don't know what other narrative that could have been planned in his community after the strike. Now, right, we already all seen that. Threaten to release files every day. That's another big thing you got to do. This is Exhibit A, and we're actually going to look at this one. Right, we're going to look at this one. This is an example of the file Poke's releasing. 1971? I don't fucking care about Singapore's penal codes. I'm not from fucking Singapore. The fuck? Who cares? Do I look like I'm from Singapore? Oh, wait, then I would look like this fucking rat, apparently. No. And so Poke decided to go ahead, and because I called Poke a rat, he's saying I'm racist. Obviously, after everything that Poke's done to me, I'm fully justified to call him a rat. I don't think anyone can disagree with that. And I later amend my statement, right? I don't think anyone can disagree after all the stuff he's done, right? Nobody can disagree about me calling him a rat. I think that's beyond reproach at this point. But what MrPokke decides to not put into this clip, and obviously we're going to have to bring the context over here, is, oh, wait, then I would look like this fucking rat, apparently. No, I don't look like him. No. Keep waiting, though. Dear Mythic Talent, your CC is actively blackmailing me and threatening to falsely accuse me of crimes if I don't... And he's also striking me, too. Maliciously. Don't delete videos about them. Oh, sorry, that's just an extra bonus. Mythic Talent, one of your CCs is literally threatening to... Now listen here. I realize how that might have come off. Let me remodify that statement. This guy being a rat has nothing to do with being from Singapore. He's just a fucking rat. Yeah, so that was said about a minute after the original statement. But of course, MrPokke's whole thing is clipping me in the worst context possible and then, of course, trying to farm it. However, right, this is a crazy thing to grandstand on, right? The whole, like, idea that I'm, like, super racist, that it's, like, super whatever, that I'm an awful person. That was the goal of this file drop, right? And remember, this is the file drop that's been associated with the threats that MrPokke's been making. One file every day, right? We got that file drop in mind, right? And this is supposed to be the take, right? That's the intended take. Is that fair after we saw that? This is the intended take. That's his goal. Let me show you the actual take. Again, we're not going to play the short. I think that's enough. Getting canceled with this one. I think that's enough, right? Do I need to, like... I'm not going to play it because I'll get struck, right? But he's making jokes, obviously, right? He's saying things, obviously, right? But I guess it's, rules for thee. Not for me, right? MrPokke, remember, I made this in 2 hours. I did all the work by myself, by the way. I found all these videos by myself. That's just... I'm just built different. I'm just built different. And now, you've made it so easy for me to tackle this because I'm not allowed to watch your videos. You have made it so that I cannot watch your videos. And so now this is the only way for me to address it. But like I said before, you're still getting fucking cooked. Brother, you lost all year. Even after striking me, even after falsely accusing me of crimes, you're still losing. You did all of that for a drop of blood. And now nobody can say, watch the video because you struck me. Now nobody is allowed to say that. Your only argument against me has been dispelled because you made it so that I can't react to your videos. That's it, brother. All right, let's keep going. We got another file drop over here, right? He threatened to remember, it's day 2, guys. It's day 2. This is Exhibit B. Y'all ready for this one? Since Saint has decided to not address me, let's try a more direct approach. Can Saint kindly clarify if he misspoke, mistyped, misrepresented, or misinterpreted the difference between a warning and a strike, or were you lying as a professional victim? This is why, there's a reason why I responded like this to this one. You know why? Because I already knew the answer to that question. And the answer from that question came from the most official source imaginable. That cannot be disputed. Intended take. Saint is spreading misinformation about his warning. That was the intended take for MrPokke by dropping that file. The actual take is that MrPokke is a massive retard. Let me explain why. This is proven to be yet another false accusation from MrPokke. You know why? Because YouTube themselves told me it was a strike. That's why I was just like, that's why I reacted with that, bro. And you thought you was winning. You thought you was winning, but YouTube themselves called it a strike, you dipshit. Brother, like, this is what I mean. You think you're him. You think you're him. I don't know why. You're just lying the whole time, and because you have more Twitter people liking it, you think you're right. What are you doing? Brother, you already falsely accused me. You've already struck my videos. Now you're just lying too. Brother, you're like using every dirty trick in the book right now. Every single one. I have been playing clean. I have your email because you filed the claim. I'm not sharing shit because I'm not a fucking demon like you. I'm not sharing shit because I don't do that. Because I'm not a fucking freak. Jesus Christ. And of course, MrPokke just hurled another false accusation at me, right? There's proof of it. Remember this? So now that's 2 false accusations within 48 hours. Dude, like, it's just proof that you're just lying so much about me. And you're just using your Twitter clout, your followers that just are actively approving of all your lies to make it seem like you're right. But unfortunately, by you posting so publicly and having so much confidence, it makes it a lot easier for me to address everything, right? I said patience is a virtue. Was that right? I said patience is a virtue, and MrPokke decided to retweet it. I told you guys I was baiting him. I told y'all he was going to have a big old ego after this one. For someone so prideful of winning a 1v9, it appears Saint cannot win a 1v1 as opted for a timeout. Brother, I had something else planned for today. I had to repivot because you struck me, made a PowerPoint in 2 hours, and now I'm here cooking you. Those are Poke's file drops. That's me addressing them. As you can see, they're just all full of shit, and he's a massive hypocrite and one of the biggest idiots in the space. Now, when does Tactic 4 fail? When does Tactic 4 fail? Poke was trying to bait me into reacting to all 3 of his videos, right? And get 3 simultaneous strikes on my channel in a single day. That was what he wanted. That was what he wanted. 3 simultaneous strikes, instant channel deletion. That will result, yeah. And as you can see over there, there's the proof. If you get 3 of them, your channel's subject to removal. That's just a fact. So, by asking me to react to all of his videos, what do you think was trying to happen? Poke was trying to instantly take down my channel because he really wants a certain video removed. He really wants a certain video removed. Continuation of when does Tactic 4 fail? This could also be an attempt to just dox me and put my life into danger. I wouldn't put it past Poke. I don't put it past Poke or his community. I don't. I really think they would if they got this information from me. Because guess what I have to do after a copyright strike to contest it? Full legal name, phone number, country, street address, city, state or province, zip code. And you guys have seen how Poke's community acts. The claimant. The information is legally required. The claimant may use it to file a lawsuit against you to keep the content from being restored. And now, MrPokke, after everyone has seen how malicious your community is, after people have seen how malicious you have been, right? After seeing how malicious you have been in the conversation, isn't it crazy now that I have to give you my personal information? Knowing that your community has been pushing for me to get my channel deleted. I wonder. When does Tactic 4 fail? Let's keep going. I hire a lawyer. I'm about to be hiring my first lawyer, boys. It's happening. Because I'm not giving this fucking information to Poke and his community. I am not giving this information to Poke and his community. They will do something. I am 100% confident they would do something. After everything that they've seen right now, I have full confidence they would do something with this info. Right? Y'all have seen it. Y'all have seen it. So yeah, I'll hire a lawyer. We'll move forward. See how that goes, right? Tactic 5. Deflection. Detectone direct you to one? Potentially. It was not his civil one, though. Sorry, I'm not gonna make a joke. A bad joke. It's a good joke, but it's... You know what I mean. Tactic 5. Deflection. Why is Poke doing this much to take my channel down? I have 29 videos detailing the damage MrPokke's done to the space. We've seen the incredible hypocrisy, right, of his statements before. Those are the things that I made videos on. Clearly, when MrPokke's flip-flopping back and forth like it's a fucking Katy Perry song, he's hot and cold on his Gacha Tribalism takes, that's something that, when you're one of the biggest creators in the space, that's something that will get farmed, right? But MrPokke only ramps it up for this one. He only decides to start copyright striking. He only decides, right, to start begging me to react to his vids. Doing all of that right after this video gets released. He starts ramping it up, accusing me of crimes right after this video. It's a fact. It all ramped up like crazy to levels we've never seen before because of this. This video, the one I just said, is trying to get taken down by Poke. It exposes him for these things. Rampant editor abuse. MrPokke told his editor, holy fuck, just let go, after his editor told him his father had cancer. There is evidence of this. We will show proof of all of these. Hostile work environment. MrPokke fired Simon for poor performance, but allowed his editors to outsource their work to Simon while he is in the hospital with his family. There is proof of that as well. Discrimination in the workplace. MrPokke, after learning Simon's father had cancer, intentionally paid him at a lower rate compared to his other editors. That is factually confirmed as well. Those are all things that I will show you right now. But before that, let me just talk about this. MrPokke deflects from these main accusations in this video, addressing the elephant. But, as you can clearly see, I won't be able to directly react to that one to dispel the misinformation he has in it. Isn't that a little rough? Right? He's just actively lying, not talking about the real claims in the vid. Strawmanning it, right? He strawmans it that the issue was not paying the editors instead of the above claim. And all he does in the vid is just show proof that he paid them. But he never addresses any of these things, and there's proof of all of those. So, let's show the proof. Rampant editor abuse. Simon, 0806. My dad has cancer. First response by Pokke in the same... Holy fuck, let go. He didn't even try to read it. My dad has cancer. Holy fuck, let go. Doesn't even try to read it. Not even a minute later. Didn't even give it a look. Just immediately went with this. Why do y'all think MrPokke wants to hide my video? Remember the Streisand Effect? Remember why I said he's ramping everything up? Why he's going to strikes? Why he's going to false accusations? Why he's doing all of this? Why is it cropped to edit out the context, though? Hey, wait, Pokke chatter. Why does the context matter? He said his father has cancer. Why does the context matter? It's a fact that his first response after being told his editor's father had cancer, it's a fact it was holy fuck, let go. That's a fact. But just in case you wanted to make a big deal out of it, here's the full context, bitch. There, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot, send it to your daddy. There you go. I had it right here the whole time. I knew you dipshits were gonna ask that. Proof, hostile work environment. Simon, bro, I swear I'm busy these days. My father has Sorry, I did not mean to laugh there. I'm laughing at the ridiculousness of Pokke's editors asking Simon to edit while he's in the hospital with his father who has cancer. It's a ridiculous situation. I'm sorry. That's why I chuckled there, because I can't believe somebody asked him about this, right? I could not believe, I read these messages and I could not believe them because that's this first message. Sorry about that, but when you come back home, could you try editing a video? If not, then blank and blank has to. Is blank not available? I don't know where he is. Hopefully he's awake soon. Try to ask if I could take that, but I can't promise because I'm spending the whole day in the hospital. I'm too tired. You know me. I love to help everyone. They need help. Hopefully he's awake so I can message him. Yo, ask the short editor. I can't. They are not in the main channel era. I don't want to do... Simon's already been fired at this point, but he's getting outsourced. He's getting outsourced by Pokke's editors. Pokke fired him, but then Pokke's editors are going to Simon to get them to work on vids and asking him while he's in the hospital with his father who has cancer. Why do you think Pokke's trying to take down this vid? Why do you think Pokke refuses to actually react to Simon's doc? Why do you think Pokke strawmans so much in his address video? Did any of y'all see this in Pokke's community? Did any of y'all see Pokke's editors reaching out to Simon to outsource work to him while he's in the hospital with his father who has cancer? Why do you think Pokke's striking me? Why do you think Pokke accused me of crimes? Address me. Address me, Pokke. Address this. Address this. Now, here's some discrimination. You ready for this one? Look at Simon over here. 0608, right? We showed that message already. Pokke knows Simon's father has cancer after this message. Right? This is August 6th. Pokke has no reason to not know that Simon's father has cancer. Or Pokke's not reading Simon's messages. It's one or the other. And guess what? Ignorance is not an excuse. He told you his father has cancer. It's not an excuse that you didn't read the message. Because you look like you read it. You look like you registered it. You responded, and that implies you read it. So naturally, you're either lying to make yourself look better. You're probably doing that. Anyways, afterwards, right? You can see on the 12th, right? Or sorry, the 20th of December, 4 months after Pokke learns Simon's father has cancer, same 20%. Every other editor at this point is getting paid 25. Every other editor is getting paid 25% revenue share. Simon, 4 months after Pokke knows his father has cancer, gets paid 20. And that's the proof. But hey, Pokke didn't talk about that one that much, did he? Because you want to know what Pokke does? Oh, sorry. Pokke's obviously trying to take down that video going over the dock, right? But it gets worse. We've already covered the Streisand Effect. No need to get into it again. Pokke lies. Why do you think he's copyright striking my videos after seeing all of that? This does not allow me to do these things. These things. I can't, A, address the misinfo in his 1 hour video where I'm being called a... Well, you already know, right? And I can't address the misinfo in his Simon document video. But I've already addressed some very big pieces of the misinfo in this video, and we'll just go ahead and tear it all apart right now. Because, right, if I got to react to it, if I had the opportunity to react and Pokke couldn't strike me, obviously I cooked the fuck out of this thing, right? So let's just get some excerpts from his transcript, because we can't watch the video. Pokke lies 9 minutes into his addressing the elephant video. First of all, for me to gain experience, this is coming from the guy that apparently his dad has cancer. By the way, he's right. In complete transparency, I have never ever heard of Simon telling me his father has cancer. I have never heard that Simon's father has cancer, but he told you. But he told you he told you here on August 6th, 2024. So you lied. So you lied. And now I can't react to your video to expose the lies. Otherwise, you'll strike me. Ooh, it's not looking good, is it, brother? Because there's more lies. I show the proof over here, right? But don't worry, there's another one. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. And throughout this entire time, he has never, ever told me his father has cancer. That's not good. Ooh, that is not good. I don't need to react to your vids to cook you, brother. You thought you was safe? Oh, you thought you was safe, bro? Oh, he can't react to my videos. He can't react to my videos. I'm safe. No, you bitch, I still got you. You're still cooked. Yep, you're a fucking liar, bro. And you're lying to protect your career, which makes sense. But you're also lying to hide the editor abuse you've done, you little bitch. Oh, here's another one. Oh, sorry. And remember, from the guy that apparently that lied about knowing about Simon's cancer, he's making a lot of fun of it, right? This is just a little bonus to show you the type of person Pokke is after lying and continuing to abuse this editor, right? Wait, can we just say that Pokke continuing to lie is just more editor abuse? Think about it this way. He's already fired, and now he's bad-mouthing and lying about Simon, too. He's lying about the conversations he had with Simon to paint him in even more of a negative light. Right, his proof right here is doing that as well. So he not only wronged Simon this much, but is continuing to wrong him even more. As time, remember, Pokke, I made this in 2 hours. Remember, Pokke, I made this in 2 hours. And you want to know the funniest part about his hit piece on me? He quotes the line, Pokke, I am Pokke father. Editor, I want you to maybe take a little bit of that. You know, why don't we repurpose that a little bit? Because I think after this, it's confirmed I am Pokke father. I have every single debuff possible, and you still got your ass beat. Literally every debuff in content creation, I stacked all of them up. I'm on a, like, Hollow Zero run with, like, every single difficulty modifier, and you got no diffed. Because I made this in 2 hours. Because I made this in 2 hours. You took the day off, bro, to make your video on me. You said, stream, like, no stream today, tomorrow. You took the day off to make your video on me, bro. Wait, let me find the proof of that. Bro went out there, took the entire day off to, like, create all of this stuff, accuse me of crimes, prepare his copyright strike, do all of that, And brother, it all got torn apart in 2 hours because you're stupid. Address me. Address me, Pokey. Address this. Address your lies. Address your misinformation. Address the fact you're still continuing to harass Simon, even after everything you've done. Address why you're doing that. Why you're still continuing to attack him, even after you've done all this damage already. Why can't you stop? Why can't you stop? Why can't you stop lying? Because it gets worse, guys. Pokey even goes so far as to deny and speculate that Simon's father even has cancer in the first place. He basically accuses Simon of lying about his dad's cancer to farm sympathy. And that's a quote. Why would you use the word allegedly there? Just why would you use the word allegedly there other than to, like, put some suspicion on it, right? Make people question whether or not it's real. But here you go, Mr. Pokey. It is real. That is Simon's father in the hospital. Are you happy now? Great. Now I can quell your voracious viewers' desire to actually verify those claims. There you go, buddy. There's the proof. That's Simon's father with a relative. And you can see there's no searches on Google image search. Are you happy now? You got what you wanted. You got what you wanted. Now let's keep moving. Mr. Pokey is attempting to weaponize the YouTube copyright system to create a false narrative to excuse his awful treatment of his employees. That's a fact. He's continuing to harass and abuse Simon while creating this narrative. That's a fact. He is openly lying about Simon and the conversations that they had to paint him in a negative light. All the proof you need is right here. He's openly lying. That's the real Mr. Pokey. And I think this is a quote from Pokey, right? That really, I think, encapsulates his entire motivations for doing everything. It's just business, right? Just getting rid of the competition. Just gonna accuse them of crimes, throw a couple copyright strikes, lie about the editor, continue character assassinate him after lying about him, refuse to actually address his doc, detailing the abuse. Right? It's just business, right? It's just business. Why do you think he tried so hard to get that video taken down? Why do you think he's trying so hard to terminate my channel? Because he looks like the most evil person in content creation. I have never seen somebody more evil than this. Genuinely. Never. Just try to be... Like, being a good person is hard, Mr. Pokey. Being a good person is difficult. But you could at least try. You could try. Now, let's keep going on Deflection. After silencing any reacts from my end to his misinformation, he's now doing daily 5+ hour streams centered around me. Put a gag order on, and then, of course, farm. Viewing out-of-context clips and compilations to paint more narratives. We've already proven that the documents Pokey looks at, he lies here, right? Or out-of-context clip here, and he lied in the other one. Right? The false accusation that we saw. And of course, all that other stuff. Right? You remember the one about the YouTube warning? I'll just pull that one up again. Right? We saw the one where he took the out-of-context clip regarding him being a rat. Which is a fucking fact, right? But then we also got this one over here. Like, that's just kind of a thing too, right? Yeah, we've already dispelled this one because YouTube themselves called it a strike. So that's another false accusation from him. That is Pokey's content. That has been Pokey's content for the entire time, bro. After silencing any reacts on my end, blah, blah, blah. 5-hour streams. Viewing out-of-context clips. And, of course, a bunch of compilations. And, of course, just sprinkling some lies on top as well to paint even more narratives. Continue to assassinate my character for daring to try to address the rampant editor abuse going on in his channel. We've already seen it. It's proven. And he proves it even more in his latest video, which is the funny part. And addressing any of this misinformation by looking at his vids will be met with another copyright strike. But that's why I looked at transcripts. And this is the sad truth, though. Right? This is just the sad truth regarding the situation. This is the most relevancy Pokey has seen in months, if not years. I'm more popular than HSR 4.0 on his channel. That video to the right is a 7-hour VOD with less views than this 5-hour, 30-minute one centered around me. Mr. Pokey gets more views talking about me than his main game. I am his father. This is another truth. He fell the fuck off. Everyone knows it, bro. He fell the fuck off. Like, look at this shit. This shit is pathetic, man. But remember, we detailed the journey of Pokke. And who's surprised someone that's this big of a hypocrite, that's this stupid, that's this wrong about everything, that contradicts himself so many times, who could imagine somebody like that falls off? And who could imagine that the fall off occurred around the time Tectone and him had a falling out? Who could have imagined that the fall off occurred after him and Tectone had a falling out because he was acting like a snake who never said sorry, who refused to delete things? And of course, right, y'all remember the moderation? He'd rather lose everything than say he was wrong. That's the type of person Pokke is. He'd rather lose everything, go down to the bottom, crash down to earth, rather than say he was wrong. It was so easy to say, Tectone, my bad. I'm going to add that word to the filter. My bad, bro. I don't even know why I let it go on for so long, bro. I got blinded. I'm so sorry. I did some fucked up shit to you. How can I make it right? So easy to move on from that, keep everything going, get back on the gravy train, and just go with life, right? But instead, MrPokke, I've been called the sin of pride. If I'm the sin of pride, you're the devil of pride. Because I've never seen somebody this incapable of admitting fault to go so far as to strike videos, accuse creators of crimes, do all of this because you want to hide the fact that you are one of the worst human beings in the content creation space. Because I don't know how anybody thinks anything other than that after what you've done this past year. Here's some more bonuses. The sad truth. Continued. Using my name has allowed MrPokke to reach numbers he hasn't seen since January 2025. Proof? Take a look at that Twitch tracker, right? Ooh, that's not looking good. That ain't looking good. That ain't looking good. Oh, wait. No, that's his most recent stream, right? Oh, sorry. You can see over here, his last two streams about me, right? 3.1k max views, 2.5k. The last time he was there, guys, was January 2025. He's just been on the free fall ever since. The last time he was at that CCV was January 2025. And the sad truth is that this is MrPokke's swan song. And if you don't know what a swan song is, ladies and gentlemen, it's a metaphorical phrase for a final gesture, effort, or performance given just before blank. I'll let you fill in the words for that one. Because have you ever seen somebody so desperate before? Have you ever seen somebody so desperate in your life to do the things that they're doing right now with all the measures that have been taken? Are you saying that you will personally bankroll the lawsuit? Yo, I appreciate that so much, man. Holy shit. Here's a bit of an image compilation. Why do you think MrPokke is so proud of his Twitter followers? Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think MrPokke is so proud of his Twitter clout? Bragging about ratios, all of that. Why do you think so? If Twitter clout and ratioing was the only thing I had left, I'd brag about it too. Look at that title. Look at that stream. Back down to 743 the second he gets off my face. I'd brag about Twitter clout as well, brother. That's the only thing I'd talk about too. Twitter clout. Because you don't have anything else. Address me, MrPokke. Let's leave a little bit of room for questions. Why not? So, Pokke chatters. Hey, open round for any questions. Though if we don't get any, I will just assume he is cooked. Yeah, alright. Well, have a good life, Pokke.